Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, Table of Six. My name's Heather. If you're new here, welcome. And if you are returning to my channel, thank you and welcome back. So, 2 videos ago, we were out here working in the garden and we planted some fall crops, some lettuces, radishes, and spinach. And I also got some plants in the ground from Hoss, some fall plugs. I had brassica plants, so it was broccoli, cabbage, kale, and cauliflower, and some collards. So we have our fall garden in, and it's been in for a couple weeks. However, for the last 2 weeks, I haven't really been able to get back out here because of Hurricane Helene. We didn't get directly affected other than rain. So we just had rain, and I'm sending prayers to anyone who is watching this or knows anybody who was directly affected by the hurricane. It's been complete tragic, the whole situation, and I've been watching. I stay away from the news, but I do watch other YouTubers, and I've been watching their channels, people that live down south, and Justin Rhodes's YouTube, his farm was affected. His hay barn that he built, the one side of it completely got washed out by the creek. So I know a lot of people are affected by the hurricane, and I'm sending prayers to everybody who was directly affected and who's still going through the struggle of no power and stuff like that, and flooding. So with that being said, today it has finally stopped raining, and I'm going to get out here in the garden, and I'm going to take all these flowers out. They are still beautiful and blooming, but they are zinnias, and it has come to the end of their time. So I'm going to take them out, and I'm going to plant garlic in its place. I ordered garlic from Baker Creek. I've had it for some time, but like I said, I haven't been able to get out here and get it into the ground. So I don't know if you're familiar with Baker Creek Seeds, Heirloom Seeds. This is one of the seed companies that I purchased from, and this catalog they send to me, and I'm sure if you go to their website you can request one, and they have all heirloom seeds, and they are this catalog, shall I say, is just stunning with, let me set this down, with the different colors and varieties of plants that they sell. I absolutely love their magazines. So anyhow, today we're going to plant the garlic. Now here in the catalog, it does say that the garlic that they offer from year to year will vary. So this year, I meant to kind of order, it's kind of like first come, first serve when it comes to garlic. So they only get a limited number of each variety of garlic. Last year I did music and a soft neck variety. I don't remember the name of it, but anyhow, so this year I got the Incholum garlic, and these are the cloves, and they're pretty large. So when you plant garlic, you want to take this bulb and break it down into individual cloves, and then you plant each clove into the ground, and it'll form a new head of garlic. Now garlic is a plant that has to go through a cold stratification process in order to produce the bulb. So that's why you plant it in the fall, you let it grow all throughout the winter, and then when spring comes, um, you'll harvest it once it's bulbed up. So we're gonna plant this. I have four of these Insulum garlic bulbs, and like I said, I'll break them down into cloves. And I also have garlic that I grew last year from Sea Garlic that I ordered from the same place, Baker Creek. Now, I harvested these earlier this garden season, just after springtime, and I've saved these to replant for my seed garlic, because I wasn't able to get the music variety, and these bulbs are really pretty and I like those. So, and I also saved the soft neck variety. Now these ones didn't do so hot. You can see the size difference, and naturally they were a smaller garlic bulb, but these ones, when in the bed, I think it was too moist, and a lot of them split and stuff like that. So anyhow, I saved the good ones, and I'm gonna plant them as well. And I saved 1, 2, 3, 4. I got like 5 or 6 of those. So we are definitely gonna have enough garlic to plant out the second part of this bed that's behind me once we take all these spent flowers out. And I wanted to put a compost down, but I wasn't able to get to the garden center yet. So hopefully this weekend I'm just going to go ahead and plant them, and then I will put a layer of leaf mulch on top of them, and then on top of that I'll do it's topsoil leaf mulch in a bag that I buy. And then on top of that, I will wait for all the leaves to fall on my big maple tree, and I'll mulch them up with a lawnmower, and then I'll fill the bed with the actual mulched up leaves, if that makes sense. Just to layer on top of these. So these will grow all the way throughout the winter, and we'll harvest them in next year's growing season. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get all of these flowers ripped out of here. I was thinking about cutting them off and leaving the roots to decompose to give my soil more live matter. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think I'm just going to rip them up because, like I said, it's been raining. The soil is very soft. And once I get to planting this garlic, I'm going to be rooting around. They're going to come out anyways. So we're going to go ahead and get started on that, and I'll see you. Okay, So now I have the lower end of this garden bed cleared out, and I wanted to show you guys. So this is my marigold bed over here. Okay, this I had interplanted with carrots and onions. So those have been growing all season. And what I've been doing is when the marigold buds are spent, which means they're no longer looking pretty, essentially, and they're dead, inside are the seeds. So I take them over here and I take some throughout my garden and I just broadcast them. Broadcast means I just throw the seeds on the ground. So that in return will give me volunteer plants. And my goal is for next year to have already volunteer marigolds, so I don't have to rebuy the plants. So here, they won't make it through the winter, but here is an example of volunteer marigold. These are seeds from the flower heads that I just threw in this bed, and they're coming up. So I'm gonna leave them alone. And this one actually got pretty big. There's a few dispersed throughout here, and I'm gonna leave them in here, but I'm still gonna plant my garlic. Now this is holy basil. In my last garden video, I think I shown this, but I really didn't go over it. So holy basil is an herb that is mainly used or known for its medicinal properties. Now this herb is Indonesia medicine. It's used in their medicine a lot. This is my first year successfully growing Tulsi. This is the other name for it, Tulsi, or you'll hear people call it holy basil. So this is my first year successfully growing this. I've harvested a lot of it, hung it up, and I drink it in my teas. And it's completely fine. You can harvest it with the flower heads on top of it, and it still serves the same purpose. Ideally, you want to harvest it when all of the energy is into the flowers and the leaves before it gets to the flowering stage, but it's still completely usable at this time when it's here at the flowering stage. So I'm going to leave this here because I plan on making some herbal bundles for my chickens for the winter. So I'm going to add this Tulsi. I'm going to add the regular basil just in the next bed over. And these zinnias that I just pulled out, I am going to cut the flowering heads off of them, and I'm going to add them to the basil bundles. Now, this will be good. I'm just going to hang it up in the coop, and they can peck at it, have it for whatever, but I am going to take them all inside and dry them once I make the bundles. So that's for another time, another project, another video. So now that we have all these flowers out of this bed, I'm just going to take the time and break not physically break them, but I'm going to take my garlic bulbs apart, and I'm going to break them down into each individual clove so I can get them planted here in the soil. Okay, so I was trying to to get the dog to come out to get her rounded up. We have an Australian Shepherd, and she loves rounding. I mean, that's just their natural instinct, is to herd animals. They're herding dog. So she loves, whatever chance she can get to herd up a goat, she will take it. So, okay, back to what we were doing. So, yeah, so that, I don't remember the exact count on how many cloves I said, but anyhow, we're gonna have plenty enough garlic. So I'm gonna interplant these, and I'm thinking that I'm gonna need this whole bed. So I might have to harvest that holy basil today, and we're gonna plant out this whole bed, it looks like. Because you don't want to plant these cloves on top of each other, because like I said, you want to give them room to bob up. And we are going to get to planting. Like from this T-post down, the same variety, but I think I'm going to change my mind. I'm going to interplant these. You know what? No, I'll just stick with the same. From T-post to T-post, I'll know is the same. Because this is my first year growing these Insulum, and I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly. You can correct me if I'm not. But this is my first year growing this variety, so I kind of want to see how it goes. About noon, so I am going to harvest this Tulsi, and I really debated back and forth about it because I try to leave something in my garden for the pollinators as long as possible, and I'm gonna zoom here to this, and it is just swarming with life, and I'm not sure, these aren't honeybees, so they're definitely not a sweat bee, but anyhow, it's a living being, and they are just swarming this holy basil. So I really wrestled with taking it out for that reason. And that's really the only reason. And plus it looks pretty when you come out here. But like I said, I do have the marigolds here. And I think that they'll be fine with that. And here, this trellis, I have some pole beans, and you can see the honeybee there, so they can get nectar from that. So you always want to be mindful of your pollinators. They are crucial to a garden. Without pollination, none of your vegetables will bear fruit. And so that's that. So I'm going to take this holy basil out so I have more room to finish planting my garlic. Okay, so I am not sure that okay, so this holy basil, I didn't want to rip it out by the roots, so I just cut it down as far as I could and left it here. Let me move the camera back some so you can see a little bit better. So I just cut it down. And I don't know if I leave the roots and all intact, if it'll sprout again next garden season. So this is just going to be an experiment. So I'm going to go ahead and plant from this T-post over, and then I'll just take this out as I move down. So I have a little friend in my bowl, and Cricket. I went to go get it and he startled me. Let him back out. Alright, so let me finish up with the soft neck and then we'll finish out with the Ancellum. Ancellum. I really feel like I'm saying that wrong. Alright, so I got the last garlic head broke up. Now I'm going to have to mark these somehow so I can remember, because come springtime I will not remember what I planted where. And I'm going to leave this Cosmo here since I took everything else out of this bed, and I'm just going to plant around it because, like I said, I really don't like to take everything from the pollinators. They're just trying to survive too. And you have a healthy garden when the systems around it are healthy. So there's beneficial insects and obviously pollinators that you need to keep in and around your garden. So that took up the whole bed except for this little patch where this Cosmo is, and I'm going to get some of that leaf grow, lay it down on top, and then we'll mulch it when that maple tree starts dropping its leaves. Alright, so here is how the bed turned out. And we planted the whole bed except for this little area down here, the same width as that Cosmo. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how the lettuce and stuff that we planted 2 weeks ago is doing. I'm going to show you how the brassicas are doing. This rain really did them really good. I was worried about them for a couple days and then they just snapped out of it. So here is the lettuces. And they sprouted pretty quickly. Now we didn't get no germination on the butter crunch lettuce. We didn't get no germination on that, and I need to get in here and weed this, but it's okay. This is the radishes. This is the spinach. And let's see what this one was. This one didn't germinate. And remember guys, these seed packets were a couple years old. So this was the gourmet blend. So we didn't get any germination on that. And here's more radishes. So it looks like we're gonna have spinach, radishes, and salad bowl lettuce. And it's doing a lot better than I expected. Because like I said, those seed packets were from like 2020. So the germination rate goes down. They've been stored in my basement, which is cool and dark, but the germination, those seed packets are from Tractor Supply. Okay, so here are my broccoli. This is Green Magic broccoli. This is where I had my sweet potatoes planted. So here are some sweet potato slips volunteering. And I do have this bug netting for cabbage moths. They are still out here in my zone, and I don't want them getting on my plants and laying and destroying my plants. And here in this bed are my cauliflower. Now this one straight ahead, the largest one there, is cauliflower plant that I planted from seed, and I just had a few left from spring, and I just planted it here. And these are the starts that I ordered. And on the other side, the far side, is the kale. Here is the kale, and you can see that they perked right up. And actually, this rain was a blessing. Underneath of my pole beans, I planted the collards. And this I still haven't got, well, I really can't plant the bug netting plant. I can't put the bug netting over this because of the beans, of course. So it's the Top Bunch 2.0 collards, and it comes in that pack, variety pack of what am I trying to say? Comes from the variety pack from Hoss, the 40 pack for like $49.99, and it comes with like 3 or 4. It comes with the Green Magic broccoli, cauliflower, kale, cabbage, and the collards. Yep. Okay. So these poor things, these are the stonehead cabbages, and a bird got in here. I need to put back my owl over here. Maybe that'll stop it. They're trying to recover. They're growing back their leaves. And you see this one. So this one here on the end is one that I started from seed myself. Of course, this one has like 2 weeks ahead of the plugs that I planted aside of it. But yeah, we're gonna pray for these and hope that they pull out of the bird damage. But like I said, I'm gonna go get my owl. I'm gonna get my owl and put him up here, and maybe he'll do the job of keeping my one-eyed owl. Maybe he'll keep the birds away, and they'll quit munching on my collards. I mean, cabbages. Okay guys, so that's it for today. I am happy that I got the garlic all planted out, and I'm glad the rain finally stopped and the sun's out. It feels beautiful outside, and I'm glad that you guys came along with me and joined me for a morning in my garden. And I hope that you will come back to see how the garlic is doing, and I'll post updates on that, and we'll get back out here and do some more work, especially when these fall crops start producing, harvesting broccoli and collards and cabbage and kale and all the good things, and of course my radishes, spinach, and lettuce. So I hope that we have a bountiful fall season, and I hope that wherever you are, and you are safe, and that the storm doesn't affect your living for too long if you were affected by Hurricane Helene. And I hope you come back and join me in my next video. Till the next time, bye.